All right, D Shap. I'm one of the time I'm recording this. I'm not camera ready, but that's why I'm not showing my face. And we have Eric, the inmate, joining us on this fine motivational manic Monday. Happy Monday. How you doing, Mr. Eric, the inmate from the ACI in Cranston, Rhode Island?
Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? How you doing?
Good. Thank you for the return for the show. I know it's been a hectic few weeks, and finally the call happened. And sometimes the connections don't happen, and it happened today. So it's a blessing to have you. So let's give you the floor. You're on.
Well, I just want to say, I'm looking forward. The spring just started. I'm happy. I'm, feeling a lot more. Once you get over those winter months, the clocks roll. The clocks, move ahead. The days are a lot longer now. You get to enjoy the weather more. So it gives you a better sense of a better outlook towards things. You know what I mean? Like it's like a new beginning. So I'm happy. I just being patient. My new court date's April 18th.
Okay.
I spoke with my attorney Carl Ritchie yesterday. Well, he actually came up and visited me for a second. This guy's so good. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. I talked to him a few days ago, and a couple days ago, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop off this decision." He's like, "I'm gonna drop it off," but I didn't think he was gonna come up the next day. He came up the very next morning, and that was yesterday morning. He came up and dropped it off to me, so I seen him for a second. But we're scheduled for April 18th, and right now things are looking good because the judge that I have, Daniel J. Procaccini, the Superior Court judge that I have, he's a fairly decent man. He's a good man. From what I've seen over the years, he seems reasonable and rational as a person, and he gives guys chances. So he called on a bill. There was a guy that did 40 that's been down since 1993 for murder, and the guy came in when he was like 22 or 23 years old. He got life plus 40.
Wow.
And so the judge, his judge that was his judge at the time moved on, but he went in front of the judge that I have now, Procaccini, and he asked Judge Procaccini to consider lowering his time, taking in the factor that he was a juvenile, taking into the fact that he has done everything he can to rehabilitate. He got parole from the life sentence to a 40-year consecutive sentence that came with the charge. So the judge, I just read his opinion, and he wrote a 20-page opinion. He's like, "Listen, I want to do a second look for guys. I'm calling on the legislatures to do a second look because I think that we should take rehabilitation into factors." And he said, "I've never seen a person more qualified for a sentence reduction than this guy, but his hands were tied because the law didn't allow him to reduce the guy's sentence." So the legislatures just proposed a bill last week to reduce, to give a second look. It's called a Second Look Sentencing Act that they're trying to pass in the Rhode Island legislatures right now. And I'm hopeful that it will pass because I'm a kind of guy that fits into that category. My charge was done when I was 19 years old. So there's studies that show that the brain is not fully developed until you're 25 or in your late 20s.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors that come into consideration. And it's good because this is my judge. He's championing for these type of things. So I'm hopeful. I think that things are going to go well for me. Right now I'm submitting. I want to write a little something to the judge, and so I can submit it to him to take into consideration. So, I'm just excited about that.
Sure. So question: Do people watch soap operas in jail?
I'm sorry, you said that people what?
Watch soap operas in the prison.
Yes, they do. They do. They actually do. But a lot of guys watch General Hospital.
Yes. Okay.
Days Without.
So okay. I'm glad you said that. Do you watch General Hospital on a regular basis? I do too, actually.
Well, I don't because most of my days I'm out running. I'm out. I work out. I got like a set schedule. So by the time General Hospital comes on, I think it comes on at 3 o'clock. Forgive me if I'm wrong at the time, but I know it always came on at 3 o'clock.
Yes, 2 o'clock now. So just Okay. If you want to have a little fun with your fellow inmates over there, right? Say the guy that you speak to on a regular basis just spoke to Dr. Orbit and the one that got killed on General Hospital, which was the Britch or Brit on General Hospital, and I did some audio segment with them last weekend in Boston. So just tell them that the same guy that speaks to me spoke to Dr. Orbit and Brit from General Hospital. See what you.
All right. I'm gonna ask because you know what's crazy? There's a lot of guys that are into that. Like I've seen guys over the years like drop what they're doing. Is like, listen, I gotta get in and watch GH. GH is coming on.
Exactly.
Mostly, I'm into I'm into mostly like the night shows.
Sure.
You know, like a lot of like the night shows, like the Will Treads, the Accused. They have this segment that's been going on now on Fox called Accused, and every week there's new characters and it's a different storyline, and it's kind of interesting because it's more related into real life situations. So, and what they do is they show the person being charged, and then they played out the drama as to how they got there.
Well, it's funny because I started watching General Hospital. This person that was my age was always on General Hospital. I always had a crush on her since I was a kid, and now she's a grown up. But she's not on General Hospital anymore. But now she's a director. And then my co-host Dylan, who's a lot younger than me, he has a crush on someone who plays Molly in General Hospital. So it's like we watch it for the ladies now, But we get hooked to the storyline over the years. And I've interviewed a lot of people from General Hospital over the years. I might have a re-ear interview with one of the directors from General Hospital, who is Fido Xavier. So from Eric the inmate to General Hospital, you have a General Hospital connection to my show. See, look at that.
All right, that's what's up. Now I'm gonna go on there. You said what time it comes out?
2:00. 2:00. Yes. And next week's the 60th anniversary for General Hospital. Like I know last week on my show, Finola Hughes, who plays Anna, she was on Good Morning America, and I played a segment on my show. So this lead up to the 60th week, a lot of interviews might happen. So in this day that this is airing, who knows when I'm going to be airing on this day, because usually this content is pre-recorded, but then I put the entertainment news in, and who knows what the entertainment news is going to be for this week. It might be more General Hospital stuff. So in this same show, so this is pretty cool.
Well, send a link to Rika and let her post. She usually posts it on her Facebook. I've been telling a lot of people about the show, so I even got some of the officers in here listening to the show.
Well, I have actors in Hollywood too. I'm friends with a lot of people in Hollywood, so a lot of people are hearing this segment, Mr. Eric. So
I've been telling a lot of people about it. Tell them, listen, a lot of people have been listening. I just had a dentist. I had a dental cleaning about a couple of days ago, and I went in there and I told her about the show, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna listen. Because I told her like a week or a couple weeks prior to that.
What's her name?
You know what? I got it still written down. I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna listen to the show.
What's her name? The dental person?
I don't know her name off the top of my head, but she's a very nice lady. She's a dental hygienist.
Well, let's give a shout out to her. Yes, give a shout out to her, the dental hygienist at the ACI. Give a shout out for Shap in the morning.
Yeah. So she listens. I got some of the correction officers that I know in here that are good people. Because I have a cordial relationship with a lot of them as far as, talking to them over the years, they're like a lot of them are good guys. They just come in and try to get their pay and go home to feed their children. So, I tell them to listen to the show, listen to some of the things, and, they listen. So, I always promote, tell other people to come, go on there, check it out, check out your archives. So, matter of fact, what I want to do, I want you to speak with my brother. Now, that's an interesting little guy right there.
Your brother?
When you get a chance. Yeah, my brother's he's in Liberia right now.
He's in where?
He's back there. He's in Liberia.
Liberia?
Yeah, so he left. He's been out there for about 3 years. He's been out there for about 3 years. I was just telling him about you a couple of days ago. You know, me, him, and Rika was on a conference call. We talked for a while, and I was telling him about you. He's been out there for 3 years. He's chief combat instructor for the west coast of Africa. So he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was out here. He was down with New England MMA and all of that stuff. You know, he took 10 years to get his black belt. You know, it takes 10 years, no days off, 7 days a week to be able to become a black belt. So he got it back there. He had probably about a year left. He went to Mali, finished up, got his black belt in Mali. But he opened up a gym in Liberia. He's got a lot of things going on. He trains the forces out there. He works with a liaison for the somebody out that's a liaison for the U.S. government that works out there. He trains DEA agents and so you know he's a very interesting guy. So he's my little brother. We grew up together. We've been just the longest we've been separated apart, but you know we've been together our whole lives.
Sure.
38 years old. So I want him to. I definitely want him to. I definitely want you to have a talk with him. Very interesting. He's a good guy. So.
And how old are you? I forgot how old you again, Mr. Eric. He's 38. How old are you again?
I turned 40 on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Oh yes. Okay.
So Jameem will be 40 next month on the 25th.
Okay.
Not on April I'm already thinking we're in April. Look at me getting ahead already. On May 25th he'll be 38 years old. So.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Even some of the correctional officers. There's a correctional officer in here that's one of his best friends that he went to the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school with.
Really?
You know, that they was in part of the same camp. Yeah. So yeah. So.
That's what's up.
Sheriff's coming up. They know my brother. They're like, oh, Jermaine's your brother. So they all know him, you know, because they all go to that. They're all involved in that fighting. But yeah, he's a good guy. I would like to introduce you to him. You know.
And he's coming back to Rhode Island sometime too.
I'm sorry, huh?
Is he coming back to Rhode Island sometime soon?
Well, not right now. He's trying to get some things established out there, you know, because my father passed away. He left us some property, you know, so we're trying to establish a business. We have a business going on out there, so we're trying to get more things, you know, established out there. But he's been doing good out there, you know, he's been doing fairly good. And,
so,
you know,
yeah, no, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say he's keeping things, you know, he's making sure everything stays, you know, he's handling some affairs out there, so which is good.
So I must ask you, you know, you're incarcerated inmate, and Donald Trump might get arrested this week or last week, whatever. I don't know. But my trying to say is he might get arrested by now. That's what the talk is in the news. Donald Trump's going to get arrested. What's the inmates' intake on Donald Trump going to get arrested?
What's my take on him being arrested?
Or going to be arrested any day now. You know, by the time this aired, he could already got arrested already. What's people saying about Donald Trump going to get arrested?
Well, for one, I don't think they should have. You know, it's a misdemeanor. You know, mostly those things resolved in the end result is a fine. You know, it just, I don't know. It's just, what it does is it's good promotion for him because he can use it as a point to, you know, to rally his troops together. It puts him in a victimization position because it's been 7 years. You know what I mean? Also, now is a way for him to fundraise and get his voice out there. He's not going to go to prison, so I don't understand why they're wasting resources on this stuff. But then there's those that want to get him, don't like him, so get him. I don't know. I just think sometimes it's ridiculous on how they move, you know what I mean? But he's a genius. One thing I gotta say, I was telling a friend of mine, I said he's a genius because this guy, he mentions he's getting arrested and he's got all the world news. He's got every news station in the world camped out in front of the courthouse in Manhattan. Imagine that.
Exactly.
It's like it's genius. You know what I mean? It's genius. He's got 35. He made them call 30. They called 36,000 New York City Police Department officers on duty at all times to be ready to go. It's like, you know, that's power, man. You know what I'm saying? To just say something's gonna happen and have all those people deployed and every move and put into place because of, you know, he's a master. He's a master puppeteer. I gotta tell you that. You know,
oh, he is.
I respect him.
It's very calculated, you know.
Yeah, it's very calculated, but you have to respect it. You might not like the guy. guy. You know what I'm saying? You might not like his tactics. Some people don't like him. There's some of his policies I'm not too fan of, and some of the things he says I don't agree with. I don't like it, but you have to respect him. You know, it's funny because Rika likes some. You get what I'm saying? She likes some of the stuff. He's just like, sometimes we have butt heads on some of those issues, but it's just, you know, at the end of the day, you have to respect the man when it comes to his genius. You know what I mean? When it comes to stuff like that.
Exactly. Like,
you might not like it, but you have to respect it.
Exactly. Like, like a lot of the people, like I told you in the past episodes, I clashed with some of the people. My friend Vinny Bucci, my other podcast brother from down south, Vinny Bucci. A lot of some of his co-hosts, especially this one I have a feud with. I don't get along with him, but I respect him in a way, and a lot of the views, like, of, you know, other people, like Rush Limbaugh. But I respected his work ethic. I respected his work ethic because we're both in radio, we're both in TV. So you can respect the work ethic part of the business, you know. But sometimes when people say you can't respect that, but the work ethic, you can respect that part. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You might not like the guy and some of his views and some of his opinions, but you have to respect his genius and his how he's calculated, and now he's got his opponent Ron DeSantis defending him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's genius.
Exactly.
He's got all his opponents like defend him because he knows Ron DeSantis is going to run against him. Listen, I enjoyed being on the show this morning. We're going in, you know. Unfortunately, my schedule is I have to go lock back in for count time. But tell everybody out there, have a motivational Monday. Enjoy their day. Enjoy this beautiful weather. And always be, you know, happy and look forward to good things in life. You know?
And hopefully we'll speak to you tomorrow, too.
All right. Definitely. If you are tomorrow.
Sure.
Same time.
Okay.
Have a great day, everybody out there. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Eric, of course, and we'll do entertainment news next here, D Shap in the morning.